What I'll do, I'll run through the history of the company. It's quite funny, but I believe this kind of company would probably explain 60-70% of our companies around the Sydney area. The company itself was established in 1964. The company's grown to 28 people full-time, 28 to 30 people. We're a quality assured company targeting versatility and quality. We've got different departments at CMAC ranging from engineering and gear cutting, sheet metal work, nursery equipment, which is feeder bins, conveyors, bagging equipment, as you will see up on the screen. We employ mechanical engineers that work on solid edge design capabilities, trade skills based from tool making, sheet metal, metal fabrication, fitting, machining, apprentices and general labourers. So we cover a wide variety of skill base. We're servicing all industry type from pharmaceuticals to food and civil engineering. Companies such as Baxter Healthcare, Cerebos Foods, Tip Top Bakery, etc., etc. Basically make all replacement parts and new parts, new equipment and machinery for all the industries as stated above. 2008, Cliff McMaster passed away. Margaret McMaster is still a director and the son ran the business for the last 25 years, Rob McMaster. With son Rob McMaster getting older now and the company was in limbo. We're all worried about our future, where we're heading, because we knew something was up. There was no kids going through the company. No one wanted to be in the company. We were that complete limbo. We had some great skilled people leave because of that. They couldn't see a future there and left. Succession Plus implemented an employee buyout scheme this year. Came into effect this financial year. Prior to the employee buyout scheme, we never had any direction and job security, and our future was in doubt. I did a study at CMAC and found employees what they really wanted out of work. It's quite interesting. They wanted job security as priority. Second was good and safe working conditions. And third was flexibility between work and family life. They were the three key things people work for. The employee buyout scheme, initially there was doubt, confusion and misinformation. Once we answered all relevant questions, had the meetings with open discussions and had all the facts, 98% of employees joined the scheme, which is 26 people out of 28. And the other 2 people didn't join because they're going to retire in a year or so. They had other plans. We've also implemented lean manufacturing to look at minimising waste at the same time. Advantages of the buyout scheme, we had nothing to lose and it gave us back what we were missing, job security, which is priority. What happens in our kind of industry, in the manufacturing industry or engineering type industry, once these businesses close or go out for sale, nobody buys them. So really just get shut, material, all the machines go to scrap basically, and that skill base is lost. As a manufacturing manager now, when I implement change, employees adapt change because it benefits all. As you know, being a leader, you can do all the changes you want. If you don't get the people behind you, you can't push that change. It just blocks you every time. What I'm getting at the moment is the feel of people. Every time I implement change, people are behind me and they're focused in that direction. Board members were elected to sit on the board for input in decision making. We let them decide who the board member is going to be. They picked one, basically a shop floor person, and believe it or not, they've picked me as well, so it was interesting. What that in turn does is gives us better communication and input in all meetings. We used to have toolbox meetings, hazard reduction meetings, and never meant nothing to anybody. What I'm finding now with these meetings, people really voice their opinion and really target those improvements. Sales targets and graphs put on board for all employees to see. All the books and information's open. And this financial year, 2 months prior, we're going to budget. We're achieving budget, which is fantastic. But basically, all the books are open, the graphs are up on the board, we can look at budgets and targets and how we're going, and people asking me questions now before they didn't care. There's a lot of companies in Australia in a similar situation we were. If they close, as I said previously, all the skill base is going to be lost. I'm very passionate about engineering and our skill base. I was a toolmaker by trade and I saw that industry decline. Even though that industry declined, but all the people that went through that industry, you learn a key thing being a tradesman. You can adapt to every change. Like we educate our children, they can adapt to change. And having an apprenticeship as a start to your life is fantastic. And the other thing, we are a major link in our work in our manufacturing sector, which in turn employs people in our community. Employs apprentices, gives them training, versatility and high technical skill base. We sometimes just work like we do, we make a we make a bracket or whatever we do, we forget how intricate we are in the whole system. One of my proud things, I suppose, was working for DuPont. DuPont, I got approached by DuPont. They make herbicides, and they basically had to win against other DuPonts around the world. They want to put another plant in here in Australia, Girraween, to another process line. Now, together we worked on that, because what it did was, in long term, we won the project, we got a manufacturing here, we got another plant in Australia, something we're going to produce, and therefore we employed more people in our industry, in our environment, our community, which is a great thing to do. We won that, and DuPont now is producing new product. Employee buyout scheme gave us an opportunity to get our job security back, gave us a challenge to improve efficiency, gave us a better structure. We worked together instead of us and them, and really was us and them, especially when you're working for family business. Whatever the family said, everyone just went negative against it. It was us and them. It's early days yet, but there is a positive vibe. Let's all get on with the job.